Jai Hind, dear students. So today's topic will be the ailing planet, the green moment's role. So we'll be studying about how planet Earth is ailing. Ailing planet. The word ailing means which is undergoing some kind of suffering, which is not good in health. That is called ailing. So, why are we saying that our planet is ailing, or why are we saying that our planet is in pain? We will talk about that. What kind of things contribute to the planet being deteriorated? How the planet is being harmed? How it is being destroyed? We will all talk about that in this chapter. So, this article, The Ailing Planet, it was written by Nani Palkhiwala and it was published in the Indian Express on 24th of November 1994 because of a concern for Earth, because what humans are doing to Earth, what we are doing, which is not beneficial, which is not in any way efficient for the growth of Earth. What we are doing is directly in. Alright, so let's understand what green movement role means. The green movement, it is a term that includes the conservation and green politics, is a diverse scientific, social and political movement for addressing environmental issues. That means green movement is just like the other movements that we have had in the past before, like Quit India movement. Why was it? Because Indians wanted Britishers out of India. For green movement, we have green movement because we want our earth to be safe, a safe place for us to live. We want earth not to deteriorate. We want earth not to get destroyed. That is why green movement was found. Its basic essence was to save our mother earth from external dangers of human beings. Environmentalists advocate the sustainable management of resources and stewardship of the environment through changes in public policy and individual behavior. In its recognition of humanity as a participant in ecosystems, the movement is centered on ecology, health, and human rights. So, whatever roles are there in green movements, all roles, these are specifically set so that human beings can live and also let Earth live. Understood? So we are talking about development, but not only according to human beings. Development in the sense that human beings are also getting developed, they are also getting things done, and nature is also not being harmed. Like the practice of saying when you cut one tree, you grow 10 more trees. That is sustainable development. That means when I'm cutting down one tree, at least I'm planting 10 other trees in place of that. So that means what I'm doing is definitely it's not good. But still, what I'm doing is planting 10 more trees. That means I'm doing something, right? There are people who will just butcher down forest for nothing. So that is dangerous. Now, these are some of the points why it's going on. Why our Earth is under attack. Why our Earth is under attack from the same humans that live in Earth. We all live in Earth, right? But we still do things that damage Earth because there's no one. It's just us and the Earth. Just us meaning just us human beings. Animals are not harming Earth. We are. Animals don't do that. We human beings do that. Mankind is the number one cause of all the destruction happening on Earth. And as well as trying to destroy each other on the battlefield, we are the cause of a series of other disasters, beginning with the industrial exploitation of the resources of Earth. Now, how we are directly affecting Earth is that we are utilizing Earth's natural resources for everything that we do, everything that we build, all the companies, all the industries. We are exploiting our Earth for resources. The seas and oceans are being poisoned by chemical products, oils, industrial and human waste. In the same sense, when it comes to ocean bodies, in that case also human beings have a hand in polluting water, making it difficult for the water bodies to live. So that's also a destructive part from the human beings. On land, especially in the industrial countries where most waste is actually manufactured, there is increasingly little room to bury it. And even when buried, noxious elements leach out and destroy the health of the area. Now when people say that okay we will bury our waste, हम अपने जो भी वेस्ट मटेरियल निकलते हैं कंपनी से, जो भी इंडस्ट्री से निकलते हैं, हम उसको पानी में नहीं छोड़ देंगे, हम उसको ज़मीन में बरी, दैट मीन्स ज़मीन में गाड़ देंगे. That is also not a feasible idea. What happens to that? जिस लैंड में वो रॉ मटेरियल्स अनयूज है और जो टॉक्सिक केमिकल्स जो यूज़ नहीं हुआ है उसको जहाँ पे फेंक रहे हैं, दैट लैंडफिल आल्सो विल बी डिस्ट्रॉयड. वो जगह सब डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगा बिकॉज लैंड विल नॉट बी सर्वाइव टू the land that has the toxic chemicals will not be able to grow any plants, nothing, no life will be there because of that toxic chemicals. Alright, so it's also no good strategy to save our planet. In order to save our planet from these toxic chemicals, we need to stop producing toxic chemicals. That's it, right? So even greater problem is the disposal of atomic waste, unsafe to dump into the sea and even more unsafe to bury under the land. Now, atomic waste is such kind of waste which contains a lot of toxic elements, which is very poisonous and very dangerous. If this is dumped on into sea and ocean, all life sustaining will die. And if this is buried under earth, what will happen is the life form surrounding that material will die. The earth form that lives near or on that area will be dead. Nothing will grow. So that is the kind of risk that we are facing. So the consequences now, what's happening because of that? This has resulted in a widespread ongoing extinction of other species during the present ecological epoch known as the Holocene extinction. The large-scale loss of species caused by human influence since the 1950s has been called a biotic crisis, with an estimated 10% of the total species lost as of 2007. At current rates, about 30% of species are at risk of extinction in the next 100 years. So because of our reckless nature, because of our doing things to the ocean, water bodies, to the land, dumping of toxic waste, chemicals, garbage everywhere, what has happened? It has resulted in extinction of a lot of species available that were available on earth, but now they are extinct. Some certain kind of animals, some certain kind of plants that we had before, now we don't. And if it goes on, we are bound to lose more animals and more plants to the same thing. So that can be a very drastic consequence to the thing that we are doing, the destroying our mother earth. Human beings have also covered a huge part of the earth's surface. We have more than let's say 20% of global primary production has been done in, and more than a third of the land surface has been modified by human actions, and humans use about 20% of global primary production. So whatever is produced, alright, whatever is produced, we are the 20% primary consumers to it. The rest, we can say, we dump it in the field, we give it to animals, it's for other things, it's for growing something and all that. But one thing we are forgetting here is that we are not thinking about our environment. That is the problem going on. and the extinction will always, it will always be even higher and higher. The rate of extinction will go on. Now a species of plants are destroyed and they are gone. The next year we will have another species that will be destroyed. We will have some animals which species will be extinct in the future. So this will go on and on for a very long time. Since the start of the Industrial Revolution, also the concentration of carbon dioxide has gone to an increase of close to 30% since the start of the Industrial Revolution. Now, all the air around us, it's contaminated. It has more than 30% of carbon dioxide. Earlier, it used to be more higher concentration of oxygen only and breathable gases, but now it's too much. Everything is getting polluted. Earth's present condition, it is that in damaged state and under threat from dangers including those arising from global warming. So these threats includes greenhouse gases, droughts and floods, hunger, famine and devastating diseases such as malaria and AIDS. Some expert scientists are calling for carbon taxes to cut the risk. Damage from flooding alone could run into billions of dollars as creeks and estuaries begin to fill up and more ice melt. So the condition that we have right now, as of now, is worse. The ice caps are melting, global warming. We have been doing this since a lot of years. We have been studying about global warming, but the thing is that it only goes worse and worse. We have never heard anyone say that okay, global warming is now stopped. We have only heard that okay, the global warming is increasing every day, every year. So that's what we are hearing all the time. So we can say that the present condition of earth is not quite well. The climate change is seen by some scientists to present the biggest threat to our world today. The whole world needs to effect remedial strategies by cooperating. Levels of gases such as carbon dioxide are still rising, and we are still at risk from deforestation and burning of fossil fuels. Greenhouse gases may cause the world to warm up as heat cannot escape effectively from the surface of the planet. All of this might throw the natural rhythms of our world's climate. That's where we are at right now. So we are at chaos. There's lots of things going around that we can't stop. But we can do what we can. We can do our part in reducing all this. Stop deforestation, right? Deforestation should not be considered as a measure to kill the earth and live your life. It's not. It's not a viable opportunity or an alternative to anything. We need to think about that. The level of harmful gases, it's increasing, and we already talked about how carbon dioxide is still rising in terms of percentage in the air. So that's also not a good sign. The future of Earth is at risk as the world consumes even more fossil fuel energy. Greenhouse gases concentrations will continue to rise, and Earth's average temperature will rise with them. As the greenhouse gases keep on rising, what will happen? The temperature of Earth rises as well. Of course. So the Earth will start heating up more and more. What will that lead to? That will lead to melting of ice caps. And what will happen after that? That everything will drown. It is how it will get over. Global warming will result in more hot days and fewer cool days, with the greatest warming happening over land. Longer, more intense heat waves will happen more often. So the earth will heat so much, land will heat so much that there won't be any escaping from the heat. The cooler days will be lesser and lesser, and hotter days will be more and more and more. That is how the earth will go down. That is how it is considered. Because humans are reckless in their activities. We are reckless. We are not stopping, and we need to stop. We need to educate those people who have no idea of the consequences. But as of now, we can say that most of the people They know about what will happen, but still they are doing the same thing. We should not be doing this. As educated people, we need to educate others so that they understand what they are doing, that our earth is at risk, the future of earth is at risk. Increases in rainfall will come, ecosystems will shift as those plants and animals that adapt the quickest will move into new areas to compete with the currently established species. Those species that cannot adapt quickly enough will face extinction. Scientists note with increasing concern the 21st century could see one of the greatest periods of mass extinction of species in Earth's entire history. So, this 21st century, scientists have claimed that the greatest number of extinction of plants and animals will be witnessed in this special century, right? So scientists are saying that if this goes on continuing like this, so many species of plants and animals will be extinct from earth, because they won't be able to live in the kind of environment that we are making. We are forcing them to die. In other words, we are killing them. That's what we are doing. We are not forcing them to die, we are killing them by providing an atmosphere which is not suitable for their growth and development, because we are thinking only about us, we are not thinking about anyone else. That's the matter. So that's why we can say that we are killing those species. So I'll stop it here today. We'll continue the same in next class. Jai Hind.